The bull run is clearly over on silver. Today, we analyze silver, but we actually take a look at a higher time frame because this allows us to perfectly determine where silver will head next in the near future. Therefore, we actually take a look here at the monthly chart of silver. And as always, before we start with our simple yet extremely effective technical analysis, it's very important that we first of all determine the trend of the underlying asset. Here on silver, you can see that already starting all the way back in 2001, so more than 2 decades ago, silver established a significant trend. In fact, you can see that for quite a long period of time, silver has over and over again been retesting roughly this $4 level. And always when silver came back to retest this horizontal support, we saw expected rejections away towards the upside. Here you can see that after the last retest back in February of 2002, silver actually rallied an incredible 1000% over the course of the next couple of years, literally creating this very decent parabolic bull run. Now, with this parabolic bull run, you can also see that silver then created the previous all-time high back in 2011. After this all-time high, we saw a major correction of approximately minus 70%. Silver then established a significant lower horizontal support, roughly at this psychological $14 level. Simultaneously, also created this quite a decent rounding bottom formation where you can see silver had the neckline roughly at this $20 level, and all the way back in 2022 you can clearly see that silver actually created the break above the horizontal resistance, which obviously after the break towards the upside, previous resistance is simply turned support. And then you can see that starting all the way back in 2020, silver created this underlying next trend towards the upside. Despite doing already a lot of technical analysis, ladies and gentlemen, the trend of silver is still towards the upside. Which now brings us to step number 2. It's now time to identify clear support and resistance. And this is where things get very interesting on silver. Starting all the way back in the year of 2002, you can see that silver established a significant lower green support trend line. And literally always, when silver came back to retest this trend line, we saw a decent reversal followed by a major push towards the upside. As you can see also here, in the end of 2022, silver once again came back to also retest this support trend line. And therefore, after we saw bullish confirmation exactly inside of this structure, I published a bunch of analysis here on TradingView, as well as inside the Free Swing Trading Academy, literally begging you to go long on silver. The bull run was totally expected, and therefore the recent rally of roughly 500% has been expected. But if we now go ahead and duplicate the support trend line and we connect it with the all-time high of 2011, you can see that actually for the past more than 1 decade, silver has been trading in this rising channel formation. Here you can see that back in 2011, after silver created this bull run, we actually witnessed a so-called blow off top formation on silver, where you can see that within a very short period of time, we had a very parabolic rally of 180%. And then from here, silver started the next major correction. In fact, you can see it's not a coincidence that just last month, silver once again retested this upper red resistance trend line, created a preceding rally of 270%, literally once again creating a blow of top formation, and then we witnessed a quite harsh but totally expected correction of minus 30% just within a couple of days. Now, let me be very, very clear. This does not mean that we will now immediately see a collapse of silver and a correction of minus 50%. In fact, what's quite likely is that silver will once again retest this upper red resistance trend line, then create a healthy top formation, and then a correction of approximately 30 to maybe even minus 70% towards the downside, and a potential retest of this lower green support trend line. Also here, it's very important that before you actually go ahead and close out partial profits on silver, you wait for bearish confirmation indicating a clear reversal exactly inside of this structure, and only if silver then indicates that the bull run is over and we will see a correction, it's time for you to close out your silver profits. maybe it's even time to go ahead and start looking for shorts. Now, if you enjoyed today's breakdown of silver and you found it helpful, I really appreciate if you smash the thumbs up below this breakdown. Obviously, I will totally keep you up to date regarding any bearish confirmation inside of this structure so you don't miss the significant top formation on silver. I will see you tomorrow with a fresh breakdown. Don't get caught up in any of the short-term volatility. Keep your long-term vision.